something I'm very passionate about and fighting to bring the LRT to St. Albert by the year 2025. It will increase our economic development, enhance our environment by reducing our ecological footprint, and meet our social needs present and in the future. We also need it to reduce urban sprawl. And a big example of planning ahead is the Anthony Henday. In the 1960s, the government of Alberta planned for the Anthony Henday. There was opposition, but they proceeded. And today it has been a tremendous benefit to St. Albert and the surrounding areas. Every year, the capital region grows by the size of Spruce Grove, about 25,000 people, or our province grows 1 million people every 10 years, or the city the size of Red Deer. We need long-term planning and big picture thinking to meet the future needs. What we need to, and we have you all here, are iconoclastic leaders from all areas, the chamber, the public, residents, teachers, so on, to take St. Albert to a new height that we did not believe attainable. We must eliminate the old way of thinking, penny wise, dollar foolish. This has happened in the 90s where we went from $55 million, from zero infrastructure debt to $55 million because we had a few years of zero budgeting. We also must build cities, smart cities of the future. We need to build cities for people, not for cars. We need to move forward. For example, people who take transit live 4 or 5 years longer than people who just use their cars. And St. Albert has been a leader. We had the railroad to St. Albert in 1913. It went to Perrin and St. Anne Street. Some visionaries in the past, and the same we need to do to bring the St. Albert Metro to St. Albert North in the future. As we look at the route, starts at Churchill, goes to Nate, over the railroad, then across 113th A Street, down 153rd Avenue, and then through St. Albert with a possible 6 stations ending up near Costco. This is a very small investment for a tremendous reward. In 2002, the council wisely chose to eliminate St. Albert's debt. It took us 12 years, but we eliminated, so we now have access to borrow money if need be for the St. Albert LRT. So the decisions need to be made that are very beneficial. And it's a partnership of the 3 orders of government. The Government of Canada putting in $175 million, the province of Alberta, $475 million through the Green Trip Fund, and St. Albert, $50 million. To make it happen, possible cost of $700 million. What does $1 billion buy us today? 2,000 new homes worth $500,000, or 40,000 Honda Civics, or 1 million $1,000 bills that they don't make anymore. So as we move forward, we need to know that St. Albert sent $2 billion to Ottawa in 2014 through corporate and personal income tax. This is $50 billion over 25 years. Keep that in mind as we move forward. $50 billion. To the province of Alberta, St. Albert sent $640 million last year in corporate and personal income tax. Over 25 years, that'll be about $18 billion. Again, keep that figure in mind as we look forward to funding of the St. Albert Metro line. What are we asking back? We're asking back of the next 25 years revenue to Ottawa, 1/3 of 1% of the $50 billion. We're asking 2.5% of the $18 billion we're sending to the province, a tremendous investment from both. And St. Albert needs to keep our options open. I believe there doesn't have to be a tax increase if we keep our options open and plan for the future. It's important that we do this and to benefit the taxpayer in the best possible way. One option is to, by building to St. Albert North, we can eliminate up to 70 buses at a cost of $200,000 a bus. That's $14 million a year. And if our cost is $50 million in 4 or 5, 6 years, we could pay off the money that we borrowed. Or if we had to borrow the money, it would cost 1 cup of Tim Hortons coffee per person per month for 20 years. Again, a very minor investment for a tremendous investment to move people in great numbers through the capital region area. And your municipality is calling you. Your community is calling you. Your neighborhood is calling you to take on the responsibility, to take on the leadership, to take on the challenge of working to bring the LRT to St. Albert by 2025. As we work together, we need to answer the call. It is you and I, the chamber, the business community, the churches, the organizations, residents, seniors, students, working together to make it happen in the future. And together we can do it. We need to, first of all, and very importantly, email and lobby the Edmonton Caucus MPs, MLAs, and make sure City Hall is on site to be shovel-ready for when we build the LRT from Nate to Campbell, and make sure it goes right up to St. Albert North. And I'm asking you to join me tonight and join the Friends of St. Albert LRT. Sign up, I have some form, just put your name so we can move this project together. It's up to you and I. Thank you so much.